Our food. Stomach is a place for food. The power of dhyan will improve. If the food is purchased with legitimate earnings and remembrance of God will be hidden if it is eaten in a sorrowful state. If the food is purchased with unlawful earnings, dishonesty and crimes will increase. Food is digested in the stomach and then it goes to liver for becoming blood, and then it travels throughout the body and it assumes the essence of animal. If the food is purchased with hard earned and legitimate earnings, sattvic qualities and devotion to God will improve. If it is eaten in a sorrowful state, the straight path is closed so that discrimination for sat and asat and right and wrong is lost, and there will be no knowledge of which work is good and which is bad, which has to be done and which is not to be done. By eating the food which is impure and prohibited by the dharma, shastras, dishonesties and crimes will increase. It is dishonesty to do anything in spite of knowing that it is prohibited and it should never be done and it is against dharma. But knowingly to do the same thing and doing it repeatedly without any fear and not repenting afterwards and not doing atonement and doing without any fear, and lastly thinking it to be correct and showing others, twisting his whiskers and becoming proud and try to prove that whatever he does is according to Dharma Shastra, is called increasing crimes. One day, an elderly person was slapped by another person while going on the road. When the elderly person turned around and looked at that person, he said that the Sufi should know that he slapped him with the order of God. Elderly person said that he knew that it is from God, but God has selected you for this hard-hearted and untimely work, and therefore he got his work done through you. The person who slapped with the order of God was also a Sufi and a special devotee and an obedient person. But the work which was entrusted to him was very bad. This special work was entrusted to him because he was a Sufi, but his heart was impure as he had eaten bad and doubtful food. Because of that, such service was taken by him. Was not Ravan a devotee of Lord Shiva? But his mind was not pure, as his food was earned by oppression, and he has done what kind of works? This shows that the fire, wood, water, and utensils also to be purchased from well-gotten money, and the cook should be a devotee and remembering God and offer the food to him. The food must be eaten with respect and care. This is the foundation for manners and morals and contamination. Therefore, the food prepared by a Brahmin only is considered as proper. If there is any other person available who is really having the qualities of a Brahmin, where to get a person who can prepare better food than him? Any person who can prepare food with care and offers it to God can be a Brahmin. Nowadays, these matters are lost and reach the stage of annihilation. There is no other way than taking work if such a person is available. He should educate himself and his children in manners and morals and knowledge of legitimate and illegitimate. It is being observed daily that the state of the manners and morals of the Shudras and persons getting the water, their fingers are full of menstrual discharges and they fill water and knead the floor. The ladies cook the food wearing dirty clothes, and dogs sit on the clothes of pujaris, and many people take them in their lap. They put their mouth in the vessels and lick them. The hands and clothes are becoming dirty by the saliva from the dog's mouth. There is a need to write a separate book in this regard. The food must be eaten with respect and care. This is the reason for taking food without talking. Even if the food is taken without talking, their minds are full of dirty thoughts, since they do not have respect in their hearts. Even if there is no respect, they should at least eat with a suggestion that their thoughts are pure. Careless eating will produce smoke, which close the doors of benefit. Careless eating will open the holes in the heart of the lower side, and respectful eating will open the holes of the upper side, and the flow of Amrit comes from above. When there is rising of smoke, the upper holes are closed, and the flow of Amrit stops. In addition, it is to be known that the flow of Amrit comes from pure Atman. When the connection is with such Atman, and the benefit comes mostly through these Atman. It should be this Atman. If there is love and connection with the elders of their order, and when they are remembered constantly, benefit will come from any one of them at a time by facing his Atman and heart. But the Atman will become indifferent if the heart is not pure and do not come in front of their heart. Therefore, there will not be much benefit. People of weak mind should eat food which is suitable to their nature and give strength to the mind. Example, if a person of weak mind starts eating bread, dryness will be produced in his mind and closes the way of benefit. There is a special benefit which comes into the mind, but it will not come when there is dryness. Therefore, the food which does not suit the person's nature has to be avoided. It does not mean that spicy, chatpat, and sweet and sour things which are liked by him are to be eaten. But it means that if the disposition is phlegm producing, cold producing things like lemon juice should be avoided. If the disposition is dry, tea, etc., should not be taken more, and hot and dry food should be avoided. Excessive eating will weaken the mind. The meaning of this advice is that more nutrient and murugan food should be avoided because they produce gas, as they are difficult to digest, and gas goes towards the mind, and the people practicing kashaf have to be careful because of dryness in the mind. Mistakes may happen in the kashaf, and due to the dryness of the people, there will be a doubt of mistake in their experience. One person has inquired about the reasons for the present day gurus ordering their disciples that they should not think about the teachings of the previous elders or gurus, but they should only follow the instructions given now. The teachings of a Wali, elder, guru, and avatar who are no more should not be paid any attention, rather should not think about them. Then only benefit will happen. You have answered that it is not like that. I have advised the seekers to be interested only in me and not to pay any attention to other elders and elders who are no more. On the other hand, the truth is that people come to me with interest in this benefit and not with any other interest. Now, after training a person in a method, is advised to follow this method, and that person goes to a second, then third, and then to fourth teacher and wants to follow the matters heard in their company, then is it possible to give benefit to him as desired? It is said that a person who is at one place is everywhere and a person who is everywhere is nowhere. The condition of having one interest or aim is the rule of the method. If a method is selected, it should be followed, and do not hope to reach the goal if many methods are followed. In addition, there is a change in the conditions, events, bringing up, education of the previous elders, and the climate, customs, disposition, health of those times have also been changed. In that case, if the practice is done according to the present times and it does not suit his health and disposition, it leads to a loss instead of profit. It brings bad name to the Guru unnecessarily. Therefore, if they are not restrained to sit in the company of others, there is a possibility for them to become unscrupulous. Nowadays, there is a predominance of selfishness. If a person changes his company to other group, they will try to remove his faith from the roots due to the jealousy and enmity, and they find defects in a wink, even though there may or may not be any defect in their education. Persons of less intelligence cannot understand that they are being ruined. Therefore, let it be according to their wish, as nothing can be done. There are plenty of persons here also who are in the company of such people. They are hoping to get benefit from all, but in fact, they are wasting their time. These people are an example of a goat which is made fatter by giving plenty of fodder, and it was shown a wolf in the night. The goat which became fatty by overeating during the day becomes thin during the night due to fear. These people, made clever by intense efforts, ruin themselves by going to other places. May God be kind to such people and open their eyes.
What is Kashraf, by the way? Yeah.
Murugan knows.
Urdu word, we don't know. Somebody knows can tell.
Murugan food.
Google Translate करो, उर्दू और पर्शियन में आता है.
It means revelation. Kashyap means revelation.
Kashyap means what?
Revelation.
In what terms?
Revelation, manifestation, divination, miracle.
Oh, okay.
Sufi concept dealing with the knowledge of heart rather than of intellect.
Okay.
Sir, I have a query. How can one be said a weak mind? Weak mind meant, what does it really mean?
What is it?
People of weak mind should eat food. Weak mind meant, how can we say a person had a weak mind?
అంటే మైండ్ ఇప్పుడు బ్రెయిన్ ఫంక్షన్ ఉందనుకోండి, సపోజ్ ఎ పర్సన్ if he's fasting or if he's not eaten food for 1 week, his thinking becomes weak. He cannot think, he cannot solve problems. So food is directly connected with the mind. So our thinking, which we think is independent from matter, it is not so. So suppose you are hungry and then you're not eaten food for several days, you lose your capacity to think correctly and you cannot use your mind to solve some problems also. So that is a general physiological function. And the type of food you eat also is important in the functioning of the mind. Suppose you eat sattvic food, your mind will be tending towards balance. Suppose you eat rajasic food, your mind will be more, vikshepa, more of projection will be there in your mind. It will breed more thoughts like that. And suppose you eat tamasic kind of food, your mind will be more dull and then it tends to be lazy and sleepy and like that. So especially Vishishtadvaita and all that, Ramanuja's, lot of thing is written about the instructions regarding what food to eat, what not to eat. And in many families in India, people don't eat onion and lasan. I mean, this thing, because that is rajasic food that causes your mind to breed lot of thoughts, or projecting power of your mind will increase. It will create more desires. You want to dominate people. You want to, so then it will not be conducive for achieving a state of balance. So all those things are there. So mind is related to food very strongly. If you don't eat food, you will become weak.
Okay.
But on the other hand, if you eat more, it is also not good for. Swami Vivekananda said, no, you should not be hungry, nor you should overeat. You should be in the middle. You just eat what is minimum which is required for carrying on your work and meditation.
I feel a weak mind here refers to a fickle mind. So people who people who are unsure of things and they can easily fall. So, for example, some people have something like they cannot determine themselves for doing something. So, weak will.
Yeah, that's also correct. Yes.
That's possibly what it means, that
he's giving several examples of what kind of food should be eaten by what kind of person. So mostly Ayurvedic people are aware of all these principles.
So a corollary to this can be interpreted that if you eat the right kind of food according to your nature, your will become stronger.
Will become stronger by exercising the will and then by spiritual practice. But
I mean, the fickleness of the mind will reduce.
No, it's not. The fickleness of the mind and all will be only by mental practices only. They'll overcome by mental practice. Food will have a limited effect on the health only. Limited by eating proper kind of food, you cannot achieve mind regulation. That only aids you. That's all. It can help you to develop proper preconditions for successful meditation. But the willpower, it has to be increased. You have to train your mind. It's a training. You have to train yourself, and the more you develop faith in the master, the more your will becomes powerful. If there are no doubts in your mind, the will becomes extraordinarily powerful. And then it assumes the state of unfailing will, actually, when you got total faith in the master.
No, what I mean is the fickle-mindedness
No, I don't think fickle mind. It will be aided a little bit. I mean, as I told you, the mind is made up of this rajasic, tamasic, and sattvic quality, sattvic substances, and particular foodstuffs are also classified under these three categories. So these, if you eat a particular kind of category, that particular kind of mind will be developed. Suppose you eat sattvic food, naturally you burn balance and probably your fickleness will reduce. In that way, in that sense, you're okay. Suppose you eat less of rajasic food, your mind will be more balanced. And to that extent, when it is balanced, fickleness will go away. To that extent, we can think like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because the question was like, what is a weak mind in this context, right?
That's right. Yeah, we can think like that. Yes.
Sister Katyani, you want to add? She's an Ayurvedic practitioner.
She should talk.
Mhm. Chennai.
Yes. Actually, Namaste, brothers. I'm audible to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, Vata type of food will increase the fickleness of the mind. Pitta type, as Madhav uncle told, that Rajasic food. So it is Vikshepa type of impurities like that, it will increase that. And Kapha, it is mucus producing food, and dullness it will create. So that's why always Sattvic food is very helpful. So balancing all the 6 rasas, Shad rasas, taking all the type of rasas, Madhura, Amla, Lavana, Katu, Tikta, Kashaya. So balancing with all rasas, that is a balanced food actually. Balanced diet and balanced food will give balanced state of mind. So that is actually Sattvic food. Is it clear?
If you can give some more examples, I think that would be good.
Actually, Vata type of food means dry food, like bread, as told in that article. So it is dry, and Kapha type of fruit means lime juice and all. It will create cold and all. So we should not take too much of all these things. If body will, everybody's body will tell which food is suitable for him or her or not. Some people have lime juice will not create any kapha and all. So for some people it will create. That is a constitution, their constitution. Each body is made up of with this combination of doshas, vata pitta or pitta kapha or vata kapha. So we have to read our body and take accordingly. Sometimes
we have eaten so many times in Sir's house. They're experts in this sattvic kind of food.
Yes.
So what they don't eat certain foods that are like onion and lasun will not be there. Dondakai they don't eat. I don't know what you call in English dondakai.
That is
Sorakai they don't eat. There are certain foods they say are birakai also. They cause tamasic food and all that.
Correct.
So
certain people will follow full tradition. Yes.
Are not eaten by them at all.
Yeah. I will give later, uncle, what type of food.
Will useful because that helps in meditation actually.
Yes, uncle. I will do that.
We'll again meet in the afternoon.
Right. So we'll meet at 3 o'clock then.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.